Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Maya. I have a very small confession. Do you remember when I made that winter TBR video? Yeah, I didn't read not one book from that list of books that I showed or pulled from my jar. Absolutely not one. So, and we're in like what, spring now? So yeah, I truly did think I could do it. I was doing really well. I did really good with the fall TBR, and I was doing so well after I finished most of the fall books. I even read a couple more books after that, and I was just doing really good with reading. But I fell into another reading slump, and it's pretty bad again. But yeah, I was doing so good. I was even reading a lot of books after the fall TBR, and I was doing really good since getting off my last reading slump, but I just fell back into another one. I have barely picked up a book or just had the urge to read in a very long time. And when I do pick up a book, it's like my body, or like I genuinely just don't want to read. And for me, as someone who genuinely does read a lot, and I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, I genuinely feel like I go crazy when I go for long periods of time without reading. Reading is kind of like a sanctuary for me. It's a good time for me to calm down, regulate my nervous system, and for me to not be reading and like escaping to other worlds. And I can tell when me not reading is like starting to affect me, and I think I've officially like hit that point where I need to be reading again. So I feel like the last video I filmed of me getting out of a reading slump was so helpful because I was documenting it with you guys, and I honestly had like no other choice but to read because I was reading and reporting back more info to you guys. So I wanted to do that again for this video. I am truly so tired of this slump, and I need to get out of it like right now. Today, actually, in fact, I'm gonna start getting out of the slump like the second. Like last time, I picked out a few books that I thought would be really helpful and get me out of the slump, which they did. I really did love those books, and I was on a roll after I read them, and I loved those 3 books that I picked so much. So that's kind of what I did again this time, but a little bit differently. Seeing as how I feel like this reading slump, I don't know if I can compare them. They're both pretty bad. This one's like, I don't know, but I'm definitely leaning more towards a much lighter read. Nothing crazy, just things that I know I will in fact enjoy. One thing I will say is something that's really helpful when I know I'm in a really bad reading slump is rereading books. So that's a tip that if you're in a reading slump, I do recommend rereading a book that you've already read before. So that is a tip that I recommend, that if you're in a really bad reading slump, to reread something. That has helped me before, so that's what I'm gonna do this time. These are books that I have not read in a really long time though, so my memory of what happens in them is kind of there, and I kind of remember like what takes place in the plot, but for the most part I don't really remember. I just remember loving 2 of the books that I picked. I mean, 2 of the books that I picked are rereads. One of them is not, but it's a book that I'm pretty sure will get me out of a reading slump if I pick it, which is another thing. Last video I did 3 books that I for sure read all the way through for the video, which is why that video was kind of long. But I don't know if I'm gonna chop up this video because like I do think it's kind of bad to the point where I think I'm going to for sure only read 1 book for this video, maybe 2 tops. I'm gonna show you guys the book that I picked to possibly read, but I don't know which one I officially want to pick yet. So yeah, I'm taking this reading slump video very lightly because I don't want to force anything at all, and I'm going into things gradually. This is the book that I was reading before I jumped into my reading slump. After I finished the fall TBR, I think I read 2 other books, or maybe 3. I have to go back through my book that I'm gonna show you guys again later. But I started reading this, and I literally only got to page 30. Like I literally only read this much of it. So I don't think this exactly put me in a reading slump. I think it just like happened randomly. But I will say, I don't think this book pulled me in really quickly and immediately. So I'm gonna put a pin in this book. It is a really popular book that I am actually still really excited to read. So I'm not gonna give up on this book because, like I said, I don't think it was this book's fault. I don't think this specific book put me in a reading slump. I think it was just, I don't know, because I barely read any of this book, so it's not really much for me to be like, oh, it wasn't good, because I didn't read any of it. I'm gonna come back to this book, of course, but this is what I was reading before I fell into my reading slump. So the 3 books that I did end up picking to possibly read is Archer's Voice, Beach Read. It's like a cute, like special edition. And then The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. Archer's Voice is a book that I read a long time ago. I don't know if people remember when this book blew up. It kind of blew up on TikTok, or Book Talk was like kind of just becoming a thing. But all I remember is that I loved this book. And something about it, when I was looking for a book that I wanted to reread, this book I just gravitated towards. I just remember it being super cozy, very small town, very good, innocent boy. New girl comes to town, they get together and fall in love. Obviously, I just remember loving this book so much and it making me feel warm and very happy. Very easy book. I definitely wanted to read a romance for sure. That was what I wanted to do when I wanted to make this video and get out of a reading slump. Reading a romance was non-negotiable. Like, it had to be a romance. I wanted to go back to my official roots and read something that I knew would make me really happy and cozy. First romance book that I picked. And then we have Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm sure I've mentioned it on this channel, but I love this book. Anytime someone brings up Emily Henry, because I wouldn't say she's like my favorite author, but I will go head for head defend this book forever, because I think this is one of the most cutest and coziest romance books that I've read, and I've read a lot. I also just think that I say that because out of all her books, well, I've only read 3 of her books, so maybe my point isn't really valid. But when it comes to her books specifically, this one will always take the cake for me. I read this book a really long time ago, and I loved the book so much that I saw this special edition at Barnes & Noble when they were doing like the hardcover book sale, and I bought it immediately because I thought it was so cute and I knew that I wanted to reread it eventually. So of course I picked it to possibly read for this video. I'm low-key so antsy to read this book. I may pick this one. It's yellow and the inside looks like that, but I also feel like it would be really fun to read this book, underline what I want to underline, and then go back and look at the other book that I read, because the other one that I have is a really old like paperback version. See what I underlined in that book and see what I underlined in this book, and then compare them. I thought that'd be pretty cool to do. Definitely top of my list to reread. And then the last one is The Truth About Forever by Sarah Dessen. I've also mentioned that I love Sarah Dessen. Even now, today, at my grown age, I will always love Sarah Dessen. I love her writing style. I love how easy and effortless it is. I love how the stories just bring me in and they just feel so raw and real. This, although, is not a reread, but I picked it because I know for a fact that a Sarah Dessen book will for sure definitely get me out of a reading slump. This is a very popular book by her, and surprisingly, I've never read it. I mentioned in a TikTok video that I'm on a mission to collect just all of her books that I see in Goodwill, because I'm always seeing them in there. And this is one that I found. I know that I will like this book regardless. I just felt gravitated towards it to possibly read it and get me out of a reading slump. Like I said, I'm not going to get through all 3 of these books for this video. If I want to, I may chop up this video because I just know it's going to take me a while to get through even one of these, which is why we're just going to document it and just try different things to help me get out of my reading slump, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going to do what I normally do and just document it with you guys. But I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick. I feel like I'm going to come back to this one just because it's a new one, but I know I really want to read this. I feel like let's do a reread. I haven't done a reread in a super duper long time. So starting out, I think it's going to be between these. I feel that I remember more from this book than Archer's Voice. I just remember this book being super cozy and I loved it. It made me feel so cute and warm inside. I think I'm going to do Archer's Voice just because, I don't know, I feel like there's not much I remember from it at all. So it's kind of like reading a new book. I've officially decided I'm going to read Archer's Voice. That's not to say that I'm not going to read the other books. It's just, we'll just have to see how I'm feeling as I start to get through this book and how fast it takes me to get through this book in this video. This book is about Bree and Archer. Archer is mute, so he cannot speak. They kind of like form this bond because he's the outcast in the town that he's from. So she is a new girl who moved to his town. It's called Pelion in Maine. He's this huge outcast in the town. No one talks to him. Everyone kind of just looks the other way when it comes to him. But for some reason, she was drawn to him and she just starts talking to him and they strike up a conversation, and she knows sign language because Archer also knows sign language, but I'm not really going to get into why she knows sign language because I don't really remember at all. Her and Archer just spark up this really good connection and it just blooms. That's kind of all I really remember from the book, and obviously it's on the back right here as I'm reading it. One of the top 100 romance novels of all time on Goodreads. you know what? I feel like that is exactly what I need. So this is the perfect first choice. I think I'm going to make a little drink and then come back and start reading this because I kind of want to just start reading it now. I'm going out tonight, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to get through before I leave, but we shall see. So I am back on the couch. I have my coffee now. I have like 2 hours before I have to leave or start getting ready. I will just read as much as I can. I'm not really feeling the urge to read, but that's kind of the point of this video. Oh, wait. Before we do anything, I have to log it in my booked, or I'm booked all week, book lovers journal. This is how I keep up with the books that I've read. And I showed this book for the first time in my last reading slump video, which is like the first time I ever showed it because I kind of wanted to start that video because I got this book and I want to start using the book. But this book is very essential. So we got to write out the Archer's Voice entry in this book. I'm not really going to go into too much detail about what the book is or like what's in it because I talk about it so much in my last reading something video. So if you want to check that out, you can go over there and look at that. But yeah, let's put the writing entry for Archer's Voice. Obviously not the summary or favorite quotes or highlights because I haven't read it yet or for the first time in a long time. So I'm just going to do the basic stuff like title, author, why I picked it, and the day I started it. Okay, so I'm done writing the beginning stuff that I need to write. And now we can officially start reading. Also, can I just say once again how much I love this book. It's just so cute and small, and I just get to like look back at all the books that I read, why I love them, my favorite quotes in the books. And once again, thank you, Kat, who is the friend that bought me this book, if you're watching this ever. Like I was saying before I cut myself off and got the book, I do not have the urge to read at all. But that's kind of the point of this video because it's supposed to force me out of that. But it's just like my body is like rejecting the thought of reading. And it's like, that's when I know it's bad because even though I'm feeling that, the effects of not reading are much worse. So here we are. Guys, when I tell you, I feel like just jumping back into it cold turkey in a sense is kind of like, that's how I know it's been so long because I feel like I'm reading the same sentence over and over again. It's taking me forever to get through just one page and my brain will just literally not shut the hell up. It's like I'm reading the pace of a snail and I have to keep rereading the same words, the same sentences. But we shall persevere. Wait guys, I'm actually really excited to start the book. The main character just met Archer for the first time and I'm feeling giddy already. So yeah, this is maybe what I needed, even though I'm reading like a freaking snail right now, but now I'm just like so excited for like what's going to happen and what's to come because I kind of have a gist or kind of remember what happens, but not really. So eek, I'm so excited for them to fall in love and for there to be romance because the meeting for the first time was already so cute. Okay, so I'm officially gonna start reading for now. I got to page 30. I've been sitting here reading for like a little bit over an hour. That's where I'm going to stop it. Didn't really get through much. I just kind of got through their first meeting, like I said. And she's starting this job at the diner and she moved into this new cottage in the town that she just moved to. She's running away from something. I don't really know if I want to be like, this video is no spoilers because I'm like, the books I'm reading are so old. So I kind of don't really care, but if you really don't want to listen, then I guess, I don't know. But I won't say like too much, obviously. I don't want to like say the entire book. So far, I'm excited. That little bit of time of reading, even though I was forcing myself, was kind of like just what I needed. So I'm gonna go get ready to go out with my friends and I'm probably gonna read some more when I get back home. But yeah, we're off to a really good start. Okay, so I got home pretty late and I got ready for bed and I'm looking kind of tired, but I know my brain probably won't like wind down and start to shut down until I like read a little bit or just like unwind. So I'm going to read for a little bit and I don't think I'm going to get through a lot right now, but that's where I am right now. I read 30 pages earlier and we'll see how many I can get through right now before I go to sleep. Once again, why is it taking me forever just to get through one page? I've had to repeat multiple paragraphs because I'm like, what the hell did I read? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. And then like, why is it taking me forever to say the word whiskey colored eyes in my brain? Wrap it up. Like I'm gonna keep reading. Wait, I don't remember that, but that's kind of funny. She was like, can we be friends? And he said no. I understand his no, like knowing how the town treats him, but okay, I think I'm going to stop reading here. I got to page 52 because I just started chapter 6, so I finished. So I wanted to at least wait till I got to a new chapter. I technically got through 2 chapters. So that's like 19 pages. That's pretty good, at least for me right now. So I don't really know how much I should debrief. I also don't really feel like it right now. I'm probably just going to talk more about the book tomorrow. I'll just give a couple of like first impressions about the book, or what I kind of remember from it, and like the things that I'm really excited to read about, and so far how I'm feeling it. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello, beautiful people. It is the next day, and I was like, and it's a lot later in the day. It's like pretty much 4 o'clock. And I was like, I haven't read anything today. So I need to read something. I feel like I need a little moment to like calm down my nervous system and just relax. So I'm going to try to read. Of course, I don't have the urge to read like at all, but I know it's what I need. So that's what we're gonna do. And once again, that's why we're making this video. That's the whole point, because we're trying to force myself to read. Maybe other people can relate. It's kind of as if my body and my brain are like repelled to the thought of reading, which is like not good. We're still on page 53 because I only read 53 pages yesterday. Before I start reading though, let's just talk about like the very beginning. I know I'm rereading it, but as I said, there's not a lot of it that I remember. So going into it right now, things are starting to come up again, or things are starting to like come back into my memory. I actually am getting kind of like giddy and excited to read about Bree and Archer again. So Bree has already met Archer. The way they meet is kind of funny, it's cute, and then he's just like in her brain, or she just keeps remembering like the interaction and him and the way he looked and like how he acted with her. She's asking around the town about him, and everyone's like, oh, Archer Hill, he's like the outcast of the whole like small town. Everyone thinks he's weird, they just avoid him, and obviously he just avoids everyone else as well. So she's finding out small things about him. Oh, that was another thing. Everyone in the town thought he was deaf, but he's not deaf. I do remember that. He's not deaf, he just can't speak, so he's mute. She was under the impression that he was deaf, so that's what they told her. And he's like, I've never said I was deaf. Obviously he's writing down on a notepad so he can talk to her. I don't know, the interaction was just really funny, but it was also really cute because she's just so flustered around him and he's like very unaware of it. But that's where I am right now. I'm gonna read for a little bit and see how I feel. I really want to try to get through a good amount today because I actually am kind of excited, but we'll just have to see how my brain is working and how much I have the urge to keep reading. So I'm just like flabbergasted how much like I don't want to read. She's also on a part where she's not even like with Archer. She's talking to his cousin who's like kind of an asshole in the book. I forgot that she like had a little thing with him before she got with Archer. Very small thing. Like they weren't anything at all. They just went on a date, and I just want to get to the parts where she's with Archer. I think I'm gonna stop reading. I have some stuff I need to go do. I've been sitting here for a while too, and I've only gotten through like 15 pages. So, like I said, it's taking me forever just to get through one page, and I'm like struggling just to read, and I don't know why, and it's starting to annoy me. So yeah, I'm done reading for right now. I'll talk to you guys later. Hello guys. So it has been 2 days since I last filmed. I literally did not read. I'm starting to realize that this reading slump is probably just like a little bit worse than the last one. So the last time I updated you guys and like read was the day before yesterday, and I literally only read like 15 pages that day. Yeah, so now I'm back. I'm going to try to read a good amount today because I really do like just need to like read. I've just been feeling a little off, and I think it's because I just haven't read in a long time, and I just don't have like the urge to read, and like I don't have this like, what's the right word? I need like an escape. I don't really have anything to say because I already told you guys mostly everything that I read before, so there isn't anything to update you guys on. I'm just going to start reading right now, see how much I can read. I also am doing a background acting job today, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a lot of downtime to read for that because a lot of the times I'm just sitting and doing nothing. I have no choice but to like sit and read. I'm going to bring my book because last time I did a job like that, I got through so much of my book. I'm going to read for a little bit right now because I just have the time and I want to for once. Let's get to reading. No excuses. Okay, so guys, while I was at my acting job, I had like a lot of downtime. So I was able to get through like so much. Like it's not like a lot, but I think it's like a lot, or it's a big jump from where I was because today I was barely anything into the book. I was only like maybe 70 pages in, and then now like today I read like almost 100 pages. Because like when you're there's kind of like not much to do except for like just sit around. So my call time was 6 o'clock. I didn't get out of there until like maybe like almost 11. There was actually some people there who got there at like 6 a.m. and like weren't even being used until I got there. I can't even imagine that. There was one time I did an acting job. I was there for like maybe 5 hours and they never used me. So they just like had me come and I sat and did nothing, and I also got through like a big chunk of the book I was reading at that time too. That's besides the point. I'm rambling now, but as I was saying, I got through so much of the book, and now I hit like all like the big things and like the milestones between them, and now I'm like so excited to read. Like I'm hooked. I remember exactly why I love this book. It just makes me so warm and cozy, and I love it. I love Bree. I love Archer. I love Archer so much. Protect Archer Hale at all costs. Like their love just blossoming is so freaking beautiful. So he's so innocent. Like he's never done anything. He's like, I think she asked him and I think he said he was like 23 or 24, around though, one of those. And she's his first kiss. And I'm just like, ugh. The way he opens up with her and the way she just like keeps coming back and choosing him. It's just so beautiful to watch them progress. I'm like in the nitty gritty of them like officially becoming a couple. I feel like I'm in the perfect spot right now in the book, and I just want to keep reading. I can't stay up too late tonight because I know that in my last reading vlog I stayed up late so many times, and I'm gonna try not to do that this time but the part I'm at right now, I know that if I wasn't controlling myself, I'd probably be reading into the night. But I have to be back on set for the same TV show I'm doing for background again. Not to be back there at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So I cannot be up too late, but I really just want to keep reading. I'm going to sit here and read for a little bit longer. I was literally so excited to get home and read. I was like rushing to get home so I could read, and you know that's a good sign. So I think reading this book definitely is helping, and it's definitely working. I'm just so excited to read again. I want to keep reading because I don't want that to be the ending, but I really can't. I need to go to sleep. I'm looking getting tired too, but I hate that I had to end it on that. But the good thing is I'm really excited to read tomorrow. That is all that matters. Since I have that background job again, I'm sure I'm going to have like a lot of downtime again, which means I'm going to have more time to read. And I'm so excited to read tomorrow morning and when I'm on set. Good night, guys. Good morning. I literally look insane right now. I literally woke up and I was like, I need to read, even if it's for a little bit, because the part it ended on I did not like. It was such a bad part to end on, and I just want to keep reading and get back to it. They're like happier. I don't even have a lot of time. I have to be on set at like 11:30, and it's like almost 9. This is how I know I'm kind of getting out of the reading slump, because when I wake up and the first thing I think of is my book, that is a very good sign. I have to get up. I don't want to. I want to keep reading. Okay, so I just finished getting ready. I think I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna go to Barnes. I'm gonna take my nieces, but I'm gonna leave right now. We're probably just gonna be there for a couple of hours. Once again, like I said in my last video, getting out of the house and like not reading in the house and going somewhere else does help me read more. So like I said, I also want to just take my nieces somewhere because they've kind of just been sitting in the house. Here's my fit. It's literally the most basic fit ever. Just my baggy jeans, my Chucks. This bag, guys, I forgot to tell you, but I got a belly button piercing. I literally just got it this week, so it's like super fresh, and I love it. But let's get ready to go. I've been here for a little bit. My nieces are walking around looking at stuff, but there are some books that I think I want, but then another part of me is like, I genuinely do not need any more books. I'm supposed to be getting out of a reading slump. How am I gonna be in a reading slump and then buy more books? That doesn't make any sense. See you later. Guys, I got into bed to read. Lost track of time, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh my god. I said I wasn't going to do this. I just lost track of time and then was like, it's so good. And I'm finally like past like the hurdle of their like little bump of kind of something happening between them and then like them having to make up, but they're just so cute. Oh, I love this book so much. I love Archer so much. I just got home and started reading immediately, but I've been up like forever. I genuinely did not think it was that late. But honestly, is it really a reading vlog on my channel if I don't stay up late as hell just to read? I thought I would say that because this is the raw footage of how it is when I'm so deep into a book and I love it. I'm realizing with this reading slump or like trying to get out of it, I'm physically forcing myself to get out of it. So like some days are good, some days are bad. Because like I said, it was a couple days where I didn't read when I was on a good like run, and then had those days, and then now I'm back to reading again. I'm probably gonna have another day where like I'm not gonna have time to read because I have some stuff that I need to do over the next couple days, and I just know that I'm not gonna have time. At least I don't think I will, but this tackle to get out of a reading slump is a little bit different from the last video. So it seems, because I feel like with that one, it was just immediately I started reading and I got out of it, and it was like back to back to back. I was just reading every day. I got the 3 books. And this one is a bit more sporadic, so please bear with me. I'm gonna have such dark circles under my eyes. Ugh. Okay, so hello lovelies. I think I have just accepted that this video is going to be so sporadic and all over the place. I just thought that I would finally sit down and talk to you guys. But I think the last video you guys saw is when I stayed up late. I think that's the last clip. If it's not, then I really don't remember. And then as you saw today, I went to the park. I took my nieces to the park. I think this reading slump is just like really hard and I'm struggling to get out of it. It's definitely much worse than the last slump I was in, because at least with that, I was reading and I was like super excited. And it's not that I'm not excited to read this book, because I am, but it's like I'm not super excited unless I'm reading it, or like I'm actually reading it, because when I am reading it, I'm super happy and I love it and I'm excited to read. I think it's just I like physically like just don't want to read, or it's like I'm physically am into like being drawn away from reading. And then when I am like reading in the moment, it's just like, oh, it feels good. So I know that me forcing myself out of it is like a good thing. It's just finding more of the will to actually keep going. But I will finish this book. If it's the last thing I do, I'm finishing the book. I'm actually kind of not that far into finishing it. I have like this much left. So I'm way past half of the book now. Let's just chat for a little bit. I just passed a part that was kind of like so sad to read, but it was a part where they admitted that they loved each other for the first time, and Archer was like so terrified of loving her. He was like, teach me how to love you instead of being afraid of losing you. Or it was like, teach me more how to be in love with you and be happy instead of being terrified of losing you. And I just thought that part was so like cute, but then also sad, because Bree was telling him that he truly does not know happiness. Like he just doesn't, like he just never gets good things in his life, and it's so sad that they both acknowledge that. And Bree's just finally something good in his life, but he's truly just terrified of losing it. And I can't fault him for that. And just hearing that was just kind of really sad to read. And Archer's character is just one that's so sad to read, honestly. But I'm loving it regardless. Once again, I think I've already mentioned, but I truly hate Travis. Travis is his asshole of a cousin. He just always trying to like put stuff in his head. It's like a part of me is like, I know sometimes Archer like doesn't believe it, and he like doesn't let Travis get to him, but sometimes he does, because the way Archer sees himself is just so sad, because like he thinks he's not good enough for Bree, and that she should find someone better. And I understand like where he's coming from, not like in the relationship sense, but like I can just understand why he would feel that way, because that is a lot to put on someone. Like her just completely changing her life and like uprooting her life for him. And as someone who like doesn't leave his house, leave his property, has trouble communicating with other people, and she's always having to come in and communicate for him, I can see why he would think that'd be such a burden for her. That's kind of all I really have to say. I don't really want to talk about this book too much because I just know how old it is. I'm starting to think that with how this like video is going, I might do a getting out of a reading slump, like split it into 2 parts, because this one is just so all over the place. And I truly do think that even after this book, I'm still going to be kind of in it, and I just want to keep getting out of it. And then other current things happening right now, one of them being the announcement for who's going to be casted for Beach Read just came out. And guys, I literally mentioned Beach Read at the beginning of this video. I don't even think I knew that they were making a movie. I knew that there was like talk about it, but I had no idea that they were like casting for it. Like I mentioned, Beach Read is literally one of my favorite romance books ever. Like not just because, like not just an Emily Henry book. Obviously, if I was like a huge Emily Henry fan and I've read everything she's written, I'm sure like nothing could ever top Beach Read. But as of right now, Beach Read will always be a favorite of hers. I don't even know who I would have picked, but it's definitely not him. I definitely have pictured Gus being someone else for sure. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't even think Phoebe, I think that's her name from Bridgerton, I don't see her as January at all. Yeah, I don't think either of them fit the characters, not one bit, but that's just my opinion. I'm going to read for a little bit right now. I don't think I'm going to read a lot because I have to be up early tomorrow. Let's see how much I can read and get through. I'm actually getting tired. I literally didn't read that much, if I'm being honest. I think I read like about almost 10 pages, but I'm signing off now. I'll talk to you guys soon or whenever I get the chance to, because I think I've made it very clear that getting through this book is kind of difficult right now. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hello guys. It has been, I don't even know. I actually don't even remember what the last clip is that you guys saw, because that's how long it's been. It has been, wow, I don't even know, like 2 months since I last filmed. Not okay at all, I know. I literally look completely different. That's how long it's been. And I've literally had a change, like I changed my hair like over a month ago. So that just really shows how long it's been. I honestly forgot I was actually even filming a video. And then I found the book I was reading, Archer's Voice. And I thought, oh my God, I never finished that video. And most of all, even worse, I never finished this book either. Last time I showed you guys, well, I'm assuming last time I showed you guys, I said I was right here towards the end of the book, and I'm still in that exact same spot. My bookmarks here. And it's been months, I think like 2 months, since I even thought of reading or even wanted to pick up a book, and now I have like a random urge to pick up a book, which is why I remembered I never finished that book that I had already started. And I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna finish this book. I actually have the goal of finishing it today. I need to finish this book today. No ifs, ands, or buts. Even if I have to stay up late, I need to finish it today. Like, it's honestly embarrassing at this point. I mean, not embarrassing because I feel like other people can relate to this. That's just how a reading slump is. You just physically like don't want to read, and that's why you want to fix it. So I think, as I said before, this reading slump is just like the worst one I've been in a very, very long time. So I'm gonna finish this book so I can finish up this video. If there's anything that was more realistic than showing how it is to be in a reading slump, it's definitely this video. Wow, I don't even have a lot left. So I'm actually going to a cafe today with my friend, and I'm bringing my book. She's literally gonna laugh at me about the fact that I haven't finished this book, but I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna read it while I'm there. No excuses. I also have to get some other work done, like send some emails to some acting managers and stuff, but I need to finish this book today, preferably. No, not even preferably, like it needs to be today. Like I said, I'm gonna get going right now because I have to pick up my niece. I think I'll show some clips of me reading at the cafe. I'm also going to the movies right after we leave the cafe, and then I'm gonna come home and read. I have no excuses. I need to just keep reading because I really want to make more book content and stop being lazy with it. I just need to stop being lazy and just stick to it. Just stick to the reading, no matter how difficult it may be, because reading truly does help me mentally. Okay, that's it. Okay, so it has been a little bit. I went to the movies after that last clip that you saw me reading. Sorry, the fan's on right now, so I hope it's not too loud. So yeah, what was I saying? I went to the movies, and then I came home. I was up in the front for a bit, and then now I'm back in my room, and I don't have a lot left. I have this much left, which is pretty much nothing. I made a promise. I told myself I was going to finish it today. And technically, did I really finish it today? Because it's past midnight. I got back to my room kind of late, so I'm kind of behind already. I'm not going to sleep until I finish this book. So that's the rules. I don't have a lot left, and I truly do think that I can do it. So let's set up for that. Let's finally finish this book once and for all. I'm actually starting to get a little bit tired. I think I've been reading for probably like about an hour. I literally have nothing left. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Okay, I actually pretty much am done. I have like a few more pages. This is how much I have left. And then I have like the extended epilogue, which obviously I'm gonna read, so that actually does make it a little bit longer. That is okay. So technically I have this much left. It's not really that much thicker than what I already showed you, but I can do this. Okay, so I just finished like the official book, and now I'm on the extended epilogue, and then I'm just gonna go straight to bed. I'm probably gonna end the video after this, obviously, because it's been going so long for no reason. Oh, that was so cute. I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember that extended epilogue. But wait, no, now that I'm saying it, I do remember some parts of it. But for the most part, I like do not remember that epilogue. The extended one, not the original one. But okay, I don't really want to say a lot just because I'm kind of tired, but I will say this video definitely dragged a lot longer than it should have because my reading slump is just so bad right now. Like, I'm almost going into the year. We're in August now, and I've barely read anything, which is actually not okay. I think my next book has to be maybe a series that I'm excited to read, but we shall see about that because I really do want to get out of the reading slump. I don't think this book technically officially worked. I think it was working in the beginning, and then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And then I had that huge spell where I didn't read literally anything. So I'm gonna say this vlog was not entirely successful, but I'm still gonna put it up because I just want to show how very realistic being in a reading slump can be, and I'm sure other people can relate. And I think I've said this before, how I felt about Invisible Life of Ida LaRue, even though I read nothing of that book. But this book, it was working at first, and then it wasn't. And I don't think it was the book at all. I just think I just didn't feel like reading, and that's what the bigger picture and the biggest problem is. It's the fact that I don't want to read. I don't physically feel drawn to reading, And the reason why I picked up the book again after, 3 months of not reading is because I actually had a small urge to read. But that's now. But I went months without reading. Once again, very realistic reading vlog. I'm trying to get out of a reading slump. I'm pretty sure the next video will still be about me trying to get out of a reading slump because I'm still going to be pushing myself. Of course, I still rate the book very high. I actually really love this book. And I'm so glad that I picked it. I truly believe that if I would have picked any other book, I think it would have been the same. Because this book was really good and I really loved it in the beginning. It's just, the reading slumps can really get you. So this is where I'm going to end the video. It's been dragging on so long. I don't think it should have been this long, but that's just how it was. Stay tuned for more videos, of course, because I do feel like I'm going to get back on the grind of creating more videos and posting them. So stay tuned for that. Of course, like and subscribe if you would want to. Leave comments, of course. I want to get better at answering those back as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for staying this long into the video, if you're still here.